Good morning, Cessnock students. My name is Graeme Evans and I work in the central office of St Philip's as the Deputy CEO. Even though I'm based in the office in Newcastle, I'm privileged to travel around all of our St Philip's schools, working with their principals, their executives and staff to support them in the important job of teaching and guiding students in their care. Did you know across the organisation we have over 5,000 students and around 900 staff? That means you are part of something big. But I'll let you into a secret. I really like visiting you at Cessnock. It's not just because you have such wonderful space and facilities, or that I have grandsons in junior school and a daughter who works in the admin office, though I always love to see them. It's because Mr. Connett, the executive leadership team and staff are so passionate about their Christian faith and education that I'm inspired whenever I visit. I hope you know how blessed you are to be a student at St Philip's Cessnock. And speaking of that, I'd like to give a special shout out to Chloe in Year 8. The key verse I want to share with you today is from the New Testament book of Colossians, which was written by Paul, who was a follower of Jesus way back in the first century. It's from chapter 4, verse 2, and it says this: "Devote yourselves to prayer, being watchful and thankful." The theme across all of our St Philip's schools this year, and even here in the central office, is faithfulness. And this verse encourages us to be faithful in prayer. It says to devote yourself in prayer, which means to be faithful, dedicated, and persistent in prayer, never giving up. Now, perhaps you're part of a sporting team and you devote yourself to training and being reliable in turning up on game days. Or maybe you devote yourself to your schoolwork and stick with it even when it's hard to understand. Or maybe you're someone who's devoted to your friends and stay loyal even when you disagree about something. No doubt there are older students who are devoted in part-time jobs, being punctual and trustworthy. Maybe you're devoted to your digital screens, but I hope not too much. Just like those examples, the Bible encourages us to be devoted in prayer, to be watchful and thankful. The best example I can think of devotion and persistence to prayer is your school, St Philip's Cessnock. It wasn't always on this site. Some of your teachers and maybe families will remember the older site in Edgeworth Street, up near where Bunnings is now. And while the older site was okay, there was a significant problem. It was way too small and the buildings were old. The growth in enrolments and popularity of St Philip's led to urgent need for a new site. And of course, there are challenges in finding and purchasing land suitable and large enough for a new school to be built. As well as all of the practical things that had to be done to make this happen, there was also much prayer. And the way we came to purchase this site is quite miraculous. In a very real way, prayer was the foundation of this new site. But your story doesn't end there. Even now, there's a need for us all to be faithful and devoted in prayers for St Philip's Cessnock. There are plans for new facilities on this site to make your school even better. But we can't do this until the traffic problem is solved. I'm sure you know what it's like being stuck in queues trying to get to and from the school each morning and afternoon. Will you be devoted in prayer for that? The central office team and your school executive are working hard to solve this problem, and we need favour and a speedy result from a number of government departments. Perhaps each time you're caught in that traffic, rather than get annoyed or impatient, why not use that time to be devoted in prayer for a solution? But this verse isn't just about being devoted, it also reminds us to be thankful. When you take a moment to look around your school and reflect on all that you have, you'll realise there is much to be thankful for. You have the best grounds and fields of all of our St Philip's schools. And your more recent buildings are top quality too, with still more to come. And don't forget to be thankful for your teachers and support staff too. This school is built on faithful prayers of people devoted to God, to education, and to you. It will only continue to grow and flourish with further prayer. And whether you're in kindergarten or Year 12, I urge you to be one of those faithful people. Won't it be amazing to see future development and know that your prayers, your devoted prayers, were part of that? If you see me around next time I visit, please feel free to come up and introduce yourself. I'd love to meet you. In the meantime, keep praying and have a wonderful day. God bless.